Hello everyone, John Runner 88 here with another Star Wars toy review. This time it is the Armorer from the Mandalorian. We got that nice card back there, awesome picture of her. And it's got the same color, background color that Hondo had, and I'm pretty sure he was the first one to actually have that. It's kind of like that gold background. Um, yeah, she's out, obviously. I open up all my figures, do not keep any of them in the packages. Don't have room for that, and I play with my figures, so I open them all up. But that's what she would kind of look like with her weapons next to her, or her equipment, her forging hammer, and her tongs, I guess. I have those off to the side. It's right here. Nothing spectacular. I'm gonna focus just now, maybe. Hammer. Oh. Maybe. All right, you get the idea. Um, they're all right. Her accessories are all right. They could be a little less like. Right, let's focus a little bit here. It's obviously like just a gray plastic. Could have been. I mean, they definitely tried to make it kind of silvery, but they could have done a little bit better, I think, or maybe done like some type of wash on it. But cutting corners where they can. Um, and I think they really need to try and cut corners in the little aspects like that because they're definitely not cutting corners with the actual figures because she's awesome. I got her fun story getting these figures. I got her and Moff Gideon. Those are the only two I wanted from this wave. I don't buy every single figure from every wave. Um, I just I get what I like. Figures that seem worth it. The Vader, not a fan of him. I do not like the lack of soft goods for his like bottom robe portion. Um, and I will not get that Rex. I will wait until they come out with a better one. And the Mandalorian, I'm getting the Razor Crest, so I will be getting a Mandalorian with that. So I'm passing up on him. It was hard. It was hard to pass up on him because he looks great. One of them had like a scuff on his armor, so that one obviously wouldn't have been the one to pick. But my store, well, my state is just like covered in snow right now, and I decided to go into work because I was able to shovel myself out pretty quick. And I don't mind working on like snow days because it's usually very slow at work. Um, and it's a good thing I went in because these guys happen to show up. I think she is even better looking than the 6 inch because she actually has like a wash on her helmet, where the 6 inch is just like a flat gold, but she actually has like definition to it and just like her helmet's like ancient looking almost. It just looks like it's been passed down through generations. Um, she's got. I wish her shoulders could go up a little bit more. She just like stops about like it's pretty much right there. It's not even restricted by the furs. It's just like her. She doesn't have like a cut up there. It's just like armor. But I mean, it's whatever. Her elbows go up really high though, which is nice. She has a decent elbow range. She's got the up and down at the wrists. This, I'm usually not like a huge fan of these when they get in the way, but hers is like, it's a nice, um, easily, like it moves very easy, this rubber here. And it's, I mean, I could see over time if you like use her a ton, I could see maybe it getting worn down in the middle here. Um, but other than that, it's a nice, it moves, it's very, lets her legs move very easy. Like flap it up a little bit, get her legs up. her hips up here, not the best. It's not the easiest to move. Her knees go back just 90 degrees pretty much. They do have the rocker ankles, and I'm glad that since Hondo, I haven't had an issue with like the heels. They seem to be pretty good. His were very thin, so you could like, I mean, if I wanted to, I could like yank that and really do some damage to it. But um, yeah, pretty nice that they're putting the rocker ankles um, on the newer figures. She does have like a torso ball joint thing going on. Doesn't get too much movement. She's restricted by this like belt here that's attached to the rubber uh, little skirt piece. One thing I wish, and I this is like a little loose, which is fine, and it's got like probably can't really see it, but there's like a peg like holding it in, and it seems like it could like come off because of like how loose it is, but I think it's got like a little like knob at the end that like plugs it into her back, and I really wish it could just like pop out, like Moff Gideon's cape just pops out, and I wish hers did that so we could like maybe swap a jetpack onto her. And I'm sure like I could take it off, but I think I'd have to like rip the rubber peg out, and I don't want to do that. Maybe I'll wait and see like somebody post a video about like maybe doing something to it, but I don't feel like doing that myself because I mean she looks good, and it's not like restricting her shoulders. Her shoulders are restricted by just like the design of that shoulder. Yeah, just like goes about there, which yeah, whatever. Um, Back to her weapons. They're very thin. She can kind of get an okay grip on this at like the base, but right here it's like very loose, and then she could hold it like towards the end. But she like does a great job at like I started her off in that pose where she's got like the hammer and like get in there, hammer in both hands. I love that. Looks so good. And then you can like because those elbows, you can really like get it up there. So she's about to knock out some stormtroopers, crack some helmets open. Yeah, she's an awesome figure. Um, these rocker ankles, the only issue I've been having with them, not so much with Fives. He's pretty good. He's got some weight on his weight's pretty evenly distributed, but they do have some trouble standing, I've noticed. I mean, you can get them standing. It just takes a bit more effort than like a non rocker ankle figure. Um, and like her chunky furs don't help much. But because I don't like having a figure like stand like yeah, you can like bend her knees forward a little bit, but I don't like having to do that. There you go, she's fine there. And she can like get into some nice kneeling poses and stuff. I took like a few shots of her like that. Um, and this thing, it's all right. It like her hands aren't very tight, like especially the left hand. It's pretty open, so she can't really hold this too great. It just kind of like slips through her hands. I had her like kind of holding it like this together, like dual wielding the hammer and the tongs. It looked pretty cool. Um, and I took a picture of her. Like you can like fit some like if you got like a extra like I've got like some other like helmets like Django helmets from like old figures from like several years ago. You could definitely like jam one in there and have her pounding away at it. Yeah, I went into work today and it was awesome because I checked my device and it was like I check it like every day because it's been saying that we're gonna be getting figures in, and I was like, it kept pushing the date back. It said like the 11th first, and then it said the 17th, and then a few days ago it jumped to the 25th, and I'm like, okay, so you're gonna be sending figures on Christmas, great. Um, but I went in today, snowy, crappy out, um, and I checked the device, and it was like, oh, you've got 8 figures in the store, and I was just like, um, where are they? And I found them, and we got these and the Black Series, the Cad Bane armor wave for that as well. Um, and luckily, um, I waited a little after open. It's the policy, um, and that way the customers can get first dibs on them if they get in. Um, and nobody showed up, so I got the armor, Gideon, and thankfully, like, today was the day they came in, and that I went in because I have tomorrow off. So I would have hated going in Saturday and being like, oh, there's no figures because they came in yesterday and you had the day off, which, yeah, that would have been very frustrating. But I was able to get her. She's only, I hate, I hate the case assortments. It's even worse for the Black Series. I put that case out, and it was 8 figures in their case, in the Black Series case, and every single one is different. And my store only got one case. So if you've got a collector going in that buys every single figure for every wave, they bought that whole case all for themselves, which is fine because like people should be able to get all the figures that they want. But I don't know if it's Hasbro or Walmart or Target or Best Buy or like all the stores, like they just have the stock is just so limited. It's like a case at a time, or like my store's only been getting like 1 or 2 cases per wave, and it's like then I've just got empty shelves or pegs for just months. Like I lit the Black Series, I haven't had those in my store since August. This is the first case of the new like packaging style that my store's gotten, and it just makes no sense. Like you're losing money, whatever store, like because Walmart's just as bad. It's just I don't get it. All these like online retailers, they get plenty of stock in pretty much, and then they get replenishments later on in the year usually, which is awesome. But I don't like having to pay shipping on things. I like being able to find it in the store, also being able to look at the figure. Like thankfully, I mean, she's the only one in the pack, and thankfully she's got like a nice paint app on her and stuff. Her visor, it could be touched up a little bit, but I mean, it's other than that, she's looks great. But it's like, what if she's the only one that came in and her like visor was like printed on her forehead or something? Like, what the heck am I gonna do then? But thankfully, she's great. She's awesome. If you can find her, stores are getting them in right now. Like, you need to be on top of things. I lucked out with a snowstorm. If I didn't have this snowstorm, somebody would have probably come in and snatched up all these figures before I was able to like take a break and pick them up. But Star Wars, The Mandalorian, The Armorer, the Vintage Collection. If you can find her, get her. She's awesome. One per case though, so frustratingly, she's just gonna be hard to get because Hasbro needed to get that. They needed to get that Rex out there. That that garbage Rex. There you go. That's what she thinks about it. She will not stand for that Rex. John Runner 88 with your armor review. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.